Hey guys, Braxis here, and I'm playing some Space Engine. So, I made some changes. I changed my video settings, so I got the game running smoothly again. But you may notice that it's kind of skipping around a little bit. That's because I'm actually recording this at 30 FPS. My main problem with Space Engine Exploration is the render time, as I've said quite a few times. But, yeah, I decided to kind of make the executive decision of turning down the frame rate in order to actually be able to render these videos faster. When my computer renders, it's 1-for-1 on the render time pretty much for 60 FPS 1080p videos. I'm just running an i5, not an i7, so I don't get that extra little kick in my render time. Yeah, when I record like a 1-hour Space Engine Exploration video, I have to spend an hour recording it. I have to edit it, which is like not too much time, about 10 to 30 minutes. I have to render it, which takes an hour as well. Then I have to upload it, which also takes an hour. Roughly. It takes a little bit longer. My upload rate's not that great. And what else? Yeah, I had to take an hour to render it, and then hour to upload it. Oh yeah, right. YouTube takes a while to process 60 FPS videos as well. So it takes roughly an hour to do that, so it takes like 4 hours for me to actually get these videos up on YouTube. With 30 FPS, it takes me half the time to render, it takes half the space on my drives. It's just all around better, for me, personally. I know it's not as appealing as 60 FPS, but all of my other videos that are a lot shorter will still be 60 FPS. I just figure I'll be more motivated and kind of be able to get around to these videos a little bit more if I keep it, I guess 30 FPS. It's still going to be 1080p, it's still going to look great, but it's just not going to be as, like, smooth. So I hope you guys are kind of okay with this. If not, then I guess I could compromise and do 60 FPS if you guys are not okay with 30 FPS, but yeah, I'm gonna be testing that out for this video, and if you guys don't like it, I'll switch back. But if you guys are okay with it, then sweet. Then I hope to get more of these videos out. It's just that, you know, this takes like 4 to 5 hours of my day to actually get a Space Engine Exploration video up, and yeah, doing that, I've just spent on time, and I can't get around to that. But I fixed the performance issues, for the record. I changed the black hole quality to medium instead of high, which kind of makes a little bit of stutter. And changing the stars from sprites to points also makes a pretty big difference. So now when I'm at the center of Galaxies, it's not nearly as bad. Just because these stars are points, I guess, instead of sprites, so I guess not as taxing on the renderer. This is the Milky Way Galaxy. I normally get a good frame rate in the Milky Way Galaxy, but let's go over to something a little bit more intensive. Let's try IC 1101 or something. And let's just fly over to its black hole, which is going to be massive. I'm probably just going to be inside of it. I certainly am. Whoosh. Nice frame rate, no stutter really. Very nice. So, let's see. Hopefully this also fixes the crashing issues I've been having. I did turn down the visual detail a little bit on the planets, as you can see here. And I tweaked a few other settings, but if you guys are wondering, this is the current settings I'm running. So let's go ahead and start with some suggestions. It said turn off Xbox game DVR. I would do that, but it requires me to actually sign. Like, I don't get that little pop-up that says record. I have a lot of Windows 10 PCs, and I don't get that little pop-up that says like record and all that. I don't get like the DVR stuff. When I press the home button on my Xbox controller, it doesn't bring that up. I have the Xbox DVR app in Task Manager set to never start up and whatnot, so I'm not running that process at all. But I went ahead and checked, and yeah, that's not the issue. I think it was mostly just because the stars were sprites instead of just points. because when I was in Galaxies that had a lot of stars, it was pretty bad. Of course, I know IC1101 is kind of tuned to have a better frame rate, I guess. The view distance isn't that great, so let's go to something that might have like more stars if I fly into it. Yeah, I'm still getting a good frame rate, so I'm very happy about that. And here's a black hole in the center of this galaxy. Swoop. And yeah, I'm getting a smooth 60. Of course, the video is being recorded in 30 right now. But yeah. I got some suggestions from Irish Rebel. Let's check out these cool planets. Let's go ahead and check them out. I did write down a bunch of things in a notebook. I actually didn't even grab my notebook, so I don't really have the references, but I think I'll be fine. This is a frozen titan with life. Oh, I love the light blue and kind of pink color to it. That's a really cool looking planet. Wow. Yeah, if you guys want to check out this planet, the ID is up here in the top left, but this is an amazing looking planet. I don't think I've actually seen a planet quite like this in the game. At least this color palette, at least. Of course, I know I'm running not real planet brightness. Once I turn that on, get a nice dim color. Oh, the rings aren't as bright now. Oh, that's fine. That was a very cool looking Titan. Let's go ahead and land on it. Apparently has life, marine and terrestrial. And it is native to this world. Abiogenesis. So we got some icy hills, I can only assume, since it's negative 192 degrees Celsius on this planet. Effectively, where I'm at, it's apparently negative 207? I think? Maybe. Oh, that's a nice view of the galaxy, too. Oh, this is that, is this... No, this is AM0644. Somebody told me to visit this galaxy. Was that the same person? Huh, not sure. Yeah, this was another ring galaxy that they wanted me to, or somebody wanted me to visit. Who said that though? Maybe I'll see that later in the comments. But let's see. Let's get the planet selected again. So this is actually like twice the size of Earth. This is a huge rocky world. And it's 7.54 astronomical units away from the star. So it's a really cold planet far away from its star. Where's its star? It's going to be up here. A yellow dwarf, kind of like our sun. So this is orbiting kind of between where Jupiter and Saturn would be, if I'm correct. Very nice. Like the little pockets and clusters on the outside of the galaxy. Let's zoom out and check out this galaxy. I'm really curious to see what this looks like. Oh, that is very cool. Something passed through and just kind of stretched out the outer ring of it, though. That is really awesome. Let's go down into this little, like, kind of brighter area. This branch of the galaxy, I guess. Crazy view. Of course, the dust really obfuscates the center of the galaxy there. That's insane. There's so much galactic dust here. Or interstellar dust, I guess. Is that the center cluster? I don't think so. That's probably the center cluster. Yeah, that is. Here's a central black hole, and here's the view. You can see over there that the kind of dust clouds that you see are further away. That's really awesome. Check out the other suggestion from Irish Rebel. But I'm pretty serious about this. This will literally, if I keep it 30 FPS, It'll cut my render time in half, the upload time, the file size in half. It's just better that way. The Universe Sandbox 2 videos, they only come up to like 500 megabytes. I have no problem uploading those and rendering those. They only take me like 5 to 10 minutes to render for a lot of them. These videos, yeah, it takes like an hour. That's so much more time. So, yeah, I think I'm going to keep these 30 FPS unless you guys have a huge contestment against that. So, I really hope it doesn't bother you guys or anything. Speaking of, well, no. Nah, I will. I'll discuss it. Somebody mentioned like what my religion is. I checked my subscription list and they did not appear to be on my subscription list. But I feel like they were possibly just trying to incite some argument or something like that. Because somebody responded to them and they nagged them about their grammar and stuff, and I've seen enough YouTube comments to know that someone's just here to start an argument and a debate in the comments, so I kind of avoided responding to that. But in terms of my religious beliefs, I don't know why that's important to anyone. Yeah, I don't see why that's important to anyone at all, because when you do that, I have to assume that you're going to try to assume my personality and try to categorize me in a way. I don't appreciate when people do that kind of thing, and I don't think anyone should ever appreciate that. I mean, it's a natural kind of tentative for the human mind to want to categorize people, whether it's like, oh, you're gay, or bisexual, or brony, or, I don't know, a furry, transgender, you know, anything. You want to categorize people. And I don't like to do that. I prefer to be open-minded. You can't just, like, assume somebody's personality and their intent based off of one thing you know about them. So, I don't really go in the discussion of religion. The only reason why I think you would be interested in knowing my religion is because you possibly have an insecurity about it, or you just want to be comparative in your beliefs. But, I will go ahead and say I'm not a very religious person. I don't, definitely don't go to church on Sundays, or, I don't know. Yeah, basically, religious discussions, I'm not really interested in putting any insight on that, other than believe what you believe in, and don't bother the people who choose not to believe what you believe in. Simple as that. I mean, I would think, like most religious backgrounds, that's kind of understood, and people understand that, like, something like Christianity. I don't think it's primarily about going out and hunting people down who do not agree with you. As for the grammar thing, I will type how I want to type. Of course, I have relatively good grammar and spelling. That's something I kind of excel at. It doesn't mean I'm going to sit there and make every, like, start of my sentence have punctuation or capitalization or anything like that, so yeah, I'm going to type how I want to type, and you shouldn't discredit people for typing incorrectly, because who knows, the language you are typing in or trying to correct them on may not be their primary language, or they might just be a kid and not really understand that, or they might just be like me and not give a single fuck. So, yeah, correcting people's grammar, it's stupid. It's like trying to nag somebody for saying first in a video. It's gonna happen, people are gonna do it, it's YouTube, people are gonna say first on videos all the time. I don't have a problem with that, I mean, it's perfectly fine. Besides, I mean, like, why would it offend me anyways? It doesn't affect me in any way. In fact, it actually affects me in a positive way, because having comments and viewer interaction like that is actually very important for the growth of channels, so I'm not gonna complain if people type first on a video. And then there's those those comments where people, like, put a huge gap between, like, the like first word they say or first sentence, and then, like, make you have to click read more to actually see the rest of the comment. Those get picked up by the YouTube spam filters, so yeah, I had to go through and manually approve those. And sometimes I just choose not to, so, I mean, there's that. So yeah, that's my take on spelling correctly and religion, I guess. It's not something I put my mind to or base my personality around. And I don't think people should be judgmental of other people for not spelling correctly in religion, I guess. So, yep, that's my spiel about that. Yeah, be open-minded. Don't like just categorize people and judge them based off like one thing that they have an interest in, like, or anything like that. Don't judge them on their beliefs. It's pretty simple. I mean, when you do that, you end up with it's just a very dangerous thing to do. You don't do that. I mean, past history kind of says that's probably a bad idea. Yeah, even current events say that's a bad idea. So, there you go. Anyways, this is a beautiful Terra world. It has a grass texture. The diameter of it's actually a little bit smaller than Earth, so it's actually kind of a small Terra. Oh, look at that. There's actually a huge polar cap and stuff. Is it in the same galaxy? No, it's actually like on the outskirts of a galaxy, it looks like. That looks like a binary star system. There is the parenting star, which looks like an orange dwarf. It certainly is. Yeah, very beautiful world. Actually very Earth-like, except for that fat crater there. I mean, I guess Earth does have craters. That is a huge crater right there. And yeah, it also has like snowy mountains and stuff. This actually looks very similar to the world that I made in the video where I was playing around with the SpaceEngine editor. I guess another thing, just kind of on the whole beliefs thing. I'm glad I don't have any dislikes. I mean, I'm probably gonna have dislikes on it now that I said this. But my flat Earth video, obviously I don't think the Earth is flat. I hope people did not take me seriously on that. And I'm hoping it doesn't drag in like flat Earth society people into my channel who debate that kind of stuff, because to tell you guys, there's probably a lot more evidence that Earth is round than there is flat, so believe in what you want, I guess. That's one thing I can kind of defend, is that Earth is... I'm pretty sure, I've been on a plane before, and you can see the curvature of Earth in a plane. I'm sure it is round, but I mean, I don't know. I'm just a YouTuber. I don't know anything about that, but yeah, believe in what you want to believe in. Okay, so really cool world. I love the look of it. Looks similar to the world that I made in the editor, which I said was kind of my preferred world. It's just not orbiting a gas giant like mine was. And yeah, what's up with the star system? Okay, so it is a multi-star system, which means those stars over there are oh no, that's a gas giant. That's not a star at all. It still is a multi-star system though. Bubblegum gas world. Okay, so what's up with this galaxy? Why are we on the outskirts of it? And why is there so many stars on the outskirts of it? Is it that one texture? Oh, okay, it's just kind of a, I guess, arm of the galaxy that's kind of being dragged out. It's pretty cool. Is this a catalog galaxy? No, it's randomly generated. So that's just one of the sprites. I don't see this one very often, because I don't really recognize it. Very nice. Let's go ahead and move on to the next suggestion, which is from Dursos Gaming. I did mention this was from Irish Rebel, right? This suggestion in the previous one? I think I did. Well, the next one's from Dursos Gaming. He says, you forgot to do my suggestions, so here they are. To RS long ID. It is a tidally locked desert with life and no clouds. I really missed your suggestion. I really felt like I got around to all of them last time. Huh. That's not the first time I've overlooked your suggestions. I wonder if I didn't even like see the comment on my list. Very odd. Ooh, nice view of the galaxies as we transitioned. Oh, it's got an atmosphere, clearly. You can see kind of like a glow around it. That's pretty cool. It's because it's so close to the star, though. And that is a orange dwarf. I like that glow around the planet from the backside. That's really nice. This is totally locked, apparently. Oh, okay. It's totally locked desert with life and no clouds. Is that a galaxy or nebula we're using Carina nebulas? I don't know. But let's see. It is totally locked, and this is its own... It's not a moon. Oh, that's a little bit weird. It's probably because there's no real atmosphere here. Now, the atmosphere is 0.012, so there's not really, I guess, clouds or anything. It could be the composition 2, which is oxygen and, I think, sulfur dioxide. SO2 is, I think, sulfur dioxide. This is why I need my notebook. Yeah, it's sulfur dioxide, so I got it. Yeah, I'm not very good at science. I don't really know chemical formulas and all that. At least I don't have them memorized. Yeah, I wrote down notes, and like I said, I don't have my notes with me, so they're like on the other side of my room right now. Oh, look at that little asteroid there. Kind of looks like a popcorn kernel. Hello, little golden asteroid. It's an asteroid of pure gold. It's like a giant floating gold nugget. That's a peanut. That's obviously a peanut. A peanut asteroid. And we're in one of the Magellanic Clouds. I think the large one? No, we're in the small one. Yeah, we're in the small Magellanic Cloud. And there's the Milky Way galaxy. It's like a giant saw blade. I've noticed this before. I've noticed it like the first time I played this game. But I never really mentioned it. It looks like a giant saw. I guess Anton made a cool video explaining that the galaxy is supposed to be kind of 3D. And I did see the changelog. Or like one of the plan things. And that is to actually make these have like a 3-dimensional shape rather than just flat. So you might see things like the Magellanic Cloud actually have like a kind of puffy look to it rather than looking like these kind of flat sprites when you look at them. Because I noticed that with the Magellanic Clouds, when you look at it, it just looks flat. So it'd be pretty cool to actually have some depth to them. Go ahead and check out the next suggestion from Derp Sauce Gaming. He says it's a pretty Terra. Looks like a swamp with green water from the outside, but really has blue water. Go ahead and check it out. And here we go. Magellanic Cloud. Kind of in that little pocket there. This is one of those like really yellow worlds. I assume the atmospheric color is just because the atmosphere is yellow. Or I mean the water color is because the atmosphere is yellow. Just go ahead and touch down right on this world. Hey, oh yeah, I should mention this. I stopped doing this. That kind of takes forever. And yeah, I don't like reaching back and pressing that button. Didn't get used to it, I guess. But yeah, I'm liking the world. It kind of has like a yellow grass color, I guess. Yeah, it is yellow grass. Adding to the yellow atmosphere. And it has these lovely eroded hills. Like really nicely generated hills. I'm a big fan of that, and they plateau off very nicely. And kind of some hilly terrain. Very cool. Of course, sedimentary rock texture. As is like 90% of the worlds in this game. Let's go ahead and check out the water, see if it's actually blue. It doesn't really look green, I have to say. It really does have like a kind of gold color. I guess it looks green when you get closer to it. But it plateaus off to a blue color very quickly. Here the life texture is kind of orange. Looks like just the grass texture though. Nice, the atmospheric composition is carbon dioxide and nitrogen. That's a little bit interesting. And it looks like we do have some snow over here. Which I can only assume is... Huh. It's not a very cold world. I guess it might be due to the low pressure for there to actually be like frozen carbon dioxide on this world. Because I don't think that is water ice. The amount of water on this world is very, very small. And it is native life, abiogenesis. I don't think there's... Oh, look at that. Actually has some really beautiful rings. They're kind of dim. They look like Jupiter's rings almost. I think I can respect some nice transparent rings. Especially against the kind of purple glow of the Magellanic Cloud. Very nice. And it has a little moon over here. Hello, little moon. What are you? Selena? Asteroid. Just a very big asteroid. It's like Vesta or something. Very cool. Let's go ahead and check out the next suggestion, which is from Andromeda. And what is your avatar? I can't really tell. Looks like someone wearing like ski goggles or something, with a balaclava on that has like a kind of paint job on it, I guess, or just kind of embossed with something, and headphones. And that's kind of what that looks like. I don't know what that's a reference to. I like your channel artwork though. Go ahead and check out his suggestion. Never puts a description on his suggestions. You have to look around. Very blue world, and it's a very, very blue ice moon over there. And that's an elliptical galaxy, and that's a blue star. Let's check out this blue world. It is a temperate desert, and the temperature is -2 degrees, so a little bit cold. To our standards, at least. It does have volcanic activity. Oh, another feature they want to add is illumination from more than just the stars. So when you're actually in the center of a galaxy, the planet will actually be illuminated by things like the galaxy's ambient lighting and stuff like that. I think that'd be really cool because, yeah, it's very weird going into the center of a very, very bright galaxy. Like, these are immensely bright on the inside of the galaxies and stuff because those stars are very densely packed and very bright, very old stars. And, kinda... Okay, yeah, I already see the view he wants me to kind of look at. Huge chain of elliptical galaxies there. But, yeah, it's kind of weird being, like, in the center of, like, let's say an elliptical galaxy like that, where it's probably going to be very, very bright, or the center of the Milky Way, and there's just a black planet, because they're very bright, like, the center of galaxies. So, for it to not be illuminated is just very taboo, I guess. There is, 3 of the exact same galaxy textures right there. Just a huge cluster of galaxies, it looks like. A bunch of elliptical ones. There's a spiral one. A couple more. That one has a kind of high, I guess, eccentricity or elliptical factor. I don't know. And my game crashed. Well, at least it kind of crashed when I was zooming. That makes a little bit more sense than just crashing randomly. But I'm hoping, because I was probably running these settings before, that the game crashes a lot less. And I'm back in. Back to this wonderful Terra. Andromeda suggestion. But yeah, yeah, it's absurd when the game just crashes randomly. That bothers me. Did the video settings still apply? No, they didn't. So I had to change these back. Of course. I think that's what I had it all set to. Right. But, yeah, yeah, you get the point. It's annoying. Oh man, are those all galaxies over there? Is that another... Yeah, these are just all galaxies. This is a huge cluster. Like, those aren't even stars up in the sky. It's just all galaxies. We're seeing, like, kind of the universe, I guess. And we're just on the outskirts of this elliptical galaxy. Pretty cool. Oh, I don't have the real planet brightness on now. Where's that aurora at? Oh, there it is. Kind of like that view. Maybe thumbnail potential? Possibly, maybe? Not sure. Let's get the real planet brightness back on. There we go. Yeah, that's a wonderful view. I like that. Ah, come on. Fighting with controls here. Here we go. I'm thinking thumbnail potential with this aurora here in the background, like that. Possibly, maybe. Yeah, I'm liking that. Yeah, nice suggestion. As always, you focus more on just the planet and kind of look for an awesome sky view, and this is a really cool cluster. Let's zoom through here. Look at that. Just a lot of galaxies right there. Most of them are kind of elliptical. I'm assuming this is probably like E7 or something like that. No, it's E5. This is probably E7. No, it's E6. The value for the after like type E6 is kind of just its oval shape, its eccentricity, I guess. And the more rounded it is, probably gonna be like E0 like that one. So yeah, if you guys were wondering what that means, somebody in the comments told me that a while back. Anyway, let's check out Andromeda's next suggestion. Let's get rid of that question mark. Looking at... I don't know what I'm looking at. Let's fly back over to it. I'm missing something here. I feel like I'm missing an entire planet. Ah, there it is. Oh, that's really cool looking. A very dim kind of purple-green color, I guess. With a blue atmosphere. No life on it. But a beautiful view nonetheless. Looks like it has kind of a thick atmosphere. No, it's actually really thin. Has a lot of color to it. Makes the star look have a green tinge around it though. And sulfur dioxide is the atmospheric composition. That is a dangerously close orbiting large asteroid moon. See if it has an awesome glow around it. Not as much as the other world. You can see the sunset color though as you fly through. It fades off to like a green to a red. Really cool. And not much in the night sky here, but I think we're in that one galaxy that has like the one random little pocket just sticking out. That's one of those galaxies. When you look inwards, you see like the entire galaxy. Very nice. Let's go ahead and move on to the next suggestion, which is from Semi-Trains. It says, it's a gas giant with really good looking rings and texture. Let's check it out. Actually really good looking texture. Actually, that's not a color I've really seen blended, not a palette I've seen anyways. I've seen the two colors, I haven't seen them used in this palette though. Let's go ahead and just fly in and check out the cloud layer. Doesn't look like it's incredibly bumpy. No, it looks relatively flat. If you fly in, it's got a blue color. You can kind of see the star there through the upper atmosphere of this gas giant. Very nice. Large rings, look at that. Nice large kind of divided rings. And purple, I can only assume desert moon over here. Yeah, scorched desert. And there's the gas giant viewed from this desert. Very nice. And as is very common with hot gas giants, is they are hydrogen and helium. I mean, if it wasn't going to be that, it'd probably just be methane. Let's check out the next suggestion. Which, wow, okay. I'm going to have to read this comment after I get done recording. He has a very long comment kind of explaining some things about the video that I recorded last time. But it is from Chip. And he says, US Katai is roughly 15.9 astronomical units in diameter, isn't it? I forget what I said that kind of justified that response. I think I probably said like a star was rather large or something like that, and it's smaller or bigger than US Katai. But yeah, let's just load up US Katai here. I'm not actually gonna fly over to it. US Katai. Okay, that didn't actually bring up the detail for that. We're in the Milky Way galaxy. I see Pleiades right there, so I might be able to see it from here. No, it doesn't appear so. Which, if you guys didn't know, US Katai is kind of like far in the clouds of the galaxy. It has a diameter of 15.89 astronomical units. relatively large. I know in this game I think they have like a max of 260 something astronomical units in diameter, or is it 300? I forget. I have some large stars, which if I just go over to my little checklist over here, I guess 168 I think is the highest we've seen. I don't think we've breached 170. I think we're about at the limit of what the game generates currently. Oh man. Yeah, super low density stars. But let's go back to the suggestion, check it out. And once I get done with this recording, I'm probably going to drink a ton of NyQuil and just pass out. Oh, okay. That's why we're not seeing it. Plan Nemo. I thought it was not loading just like the last planet. Okay. Let's turn up the ambient lighting so we can see these a little bit. Nemo's rogue planets, kind of just orbiting out in their own little area here. And this has life. Aerial life. Abiogenesis, so it's actually native to a gas giant. That's actually very interesting. Yeah, and there's a nice world orbiting around it. Purple color to it. No life on this, though. A gas giant that's developed its own life. That's actually really cool. Normally, when you see life on a gas giant, it's because bacteria has infected the planet, I guess, and it's kind of just airborne bacteria life, and it's normally panspermia. Typically, it comes from like another planet or a moon orbiting around it, not usually abiogenesis. So very cool. And there's Orion and the Flame Nebula and Barnard's Loop, which is a big question mark. Check out the next suggestion, which is from... I suggest this desert planet, and it is from Jazza Mahoney. Mahoney, I think. Let's go ahead and check it out. It is a warm desert, also in the Small Magellanic Cloud. Oh, it's very close to a star, or a very bright star anyways. Incredibly bright. And it's illuminated on this side because of the moon there. Is that another moon? Actually kind of illuminated on this side too. Oh no, that's because I have the ambient lighting turned up, of course. There we go. Okay, that got a lot darker. Still illuminated by the moon here though. So, down right here. Got a nice view of that very, very bright moon because that star is incredibly bright. Got some rough hills, as is very common on these desert worlds. They're very jagged and coarse. Which is also the same reason why we have equipment problems on Mars, is because the, I guess, sand there is not round like it is on Earth. It's very, very coarse, very rough, gets in the machinery, jams things up. While on Earth, it would kind of, you know, just slide through easier because it's all rounded and weathered by water and wind and other things. And rubbing against itself because, you know, water flow and all that, so... The thing about desert worlds, really, really coarse sand and really, really jagged hills, it looks like. No, that's not really erosion. Definitely has some winds going on, though. And is this tidally locked? I don't think so. Nope, its rotational period is definitely different than its orbital period. Looks like it does have multiple cloud layers. I could be wrong about that, though. Really hot here, sitting at 115 degrees. Pretty warm for a relatively thin atmosphere. Sulfur dioxide is the atmospheric composition, by the way. And the parenting star I could only assume is probably a white main sequence star? Blue main sequence star. Oh, no. Yellow dwarf. Oh, it's actually a yellow dwarf. That is really bright for a yellow dwarf. Move on to the next suggestion, which is from Gamer Mercy. I think you wanted me to pronounce it by a different name in the last episode. I could have been wrong, but let's just go ahead and check out your suggestions. Which he says, this is a Terra moon with green rings. I assume orbiting around a gas giant. Oh yeah. Oh, that's really cool looking. Got a really nice detailed Terra with like kind of a blue color to it. Is the life on here blue? I mean, I see this green life, but is it blue and green life? If so, that's actually kind of unusual. Oh no, it's the atmospheric color. And as you can see, it's smack right in the world there. It's a bunch of treetops. You can see like the kind of dry terrain there. And over here it looks like some kind of root forest. And over here we have some green rocks, it looks like. Oh, that's a beautiful view. Or I can only assume in like a elliptical galaxy. Oh, we certainly are. Got a really nice view from the upper atmosphere. Once you get down to the atmosphere though, it gets a lot dimmer. You can see these beautiful green rings, which stay saturated even from the inner atmosphere. 1.05 atmospheres of pressure, 90 degrees Celsius, so a little bit on the warm side for us. And about the same size as Earth. The ESI is actually 94%. We would actually more than likely be able to survive on this planet, other than I don't see nitrogen as a large composition in this planet. In fact, there is nitrogen, just not a lot. Just a lot of carbon dioxide, which is probably the reason for the slightly warmer temperatures than Earth, but very nice. It is orbiting what I think is a yellow dwarf. It is. And yeah, this is just a very similar to Earth situation going on here. Very cool suggestion. And there is the gas giant over there, which might even illuminate the sky at night, provided it's close enough. No, not really, but that is an amazing nighttime view. Look at that. Very cool. The next suggestion from him is a planet in a binary star system. One of the suns is red and the other is blue. This happens because you actually get like different colored shadows. And here we go. Small magellanic cloud. Wow, it's just being featured a lot in this episode. Some beautiful, kind of like very, very dim blue rings. And let's see what's going on with these stars. If we get somewhere where we can see some shadows, this is a Terra world. A very dim Terra world. Let's turn off real planet brightness so we get like a really bright color to this. We should be able to see two very interesting sunsets. And if there is an eclipse on this world, it'll have a really cool shadow effect. So let's go ahead and hit play and just watch the sunset. Let's swap time around. Oh, that was time reset. Oh well. Oh no. Go too fast. Here we go. Here is what I think was a gas giant, actually. I don't even see the stars. The clouds are just too bright. Oh, there's one of the stars. Oh, it was both stars. So you kind of got a glimpse of the sunset there. I didn't see the sun rising. There it is. I think the red one's gonna rise first. Oh, yep, there we go. Really cool. And you saw the blue star was red at first. It gives a really nice pink color. Just kind of match the Galaxies color, I guess. Let's see if we can get an eclipse to happen. Not seeing any signs of an eclipse here. Oh, there was one. See if we can get that to show back up. There we go. Let's see the eclipse. It's not showing the effect very well. Normally one side of the eclipse would be like a blue tinge and the other side would be like a red tinge. It's a really cool effect, but I guess this planet's not really demonstrating that too well. But really cool suggestion. Let's check out the next suggestion, which is from Crollo. It says absurdly large star. I do like absurdly large stars. Let's go ahead and check it out. Red luminous supergiant. There we go. It has a diameter of 128 astronomical units, so very big, and probably has a black hole orbiting around it. Nope, guess not. Normally these do. Doesn't have anything orbiting around it. It's just a very lone giant meatball star that's probably on the verge of exploding into a beautiful supernova. And then a black hole will probably form. But, yeah, really cool suggestion. I actually have a lot of these. I actually have a full video dedicated to these. I actually have a playlist dedicated to these giant stars, and I think this was the biggest one that I found. No. Yes. Yes. This is the biggest one I found right over here. And it's 165 astronomical units. And I think this one has a black hole orbiting around it. And a hot Selena. Here's the black hole. It is a mass of... Is that 6 Earths? I think. That's 6 suns. Might be 6 suns. But yeah. And these are really, really small. 35 kilometers, so tiny black hole. No accretion disk though. Probably because it's not orbiting close enough to that star. Let's go ahead and check out the next suggestion, which is from Krolla again. And he says, a Plan Nemo with life. You might find it amusing, I guess. Oh. Okay, so this is the same suggestion from Chip, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Yeah, I've actually seen these before. Yeah, it's just very weird that this is a Plan Nemo with life, so it's really, really cold. But bacteria can handle that. What's happening is... No, it's actually really cold. But the inside of gas giants are actually relatively warm, so it could be that as a factor. It's heated with, like, just tidal heating and stuff like that in this game, too. Which is really cool. Do I have any more suggestions? Yes, Heavy Weapons Guy has 2. And he says, speed up the time for this one. Let's go ahead and check it out. Warm Oceania. Yellow atmosphere, warm Oceania. It's being illuminated by that gas giant there. And he says speed up time, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's increase the field of view. So what am I looking for? Is there like an eclipse, or it's just what this is just what you wanted to see? Where it looks like we're in a oh, kind of cool little orbit going on there with the star. Yeah, we're in a huge cluster. I don't know if this is this is above whatever galaxy this is. Oh, it's a Milky Way. Okay. This is a galaxy above the Milky Way, it looks like. These almost look like they're orbiting around each other, are they? Oh yeah, it's a binary system between like a gas giant and a terrestrial world. Very cool. And is this a galaxy or is this just a star cluster? Ah yeah, it's technically a galaxy, I believe. Or it could just be a cluster. But NGC 6139. Orbiting right above the Milky Way. Go ahead and check out the next suggestion from Heavy Weapons Guy. And here we go. In the same cluster, it looks like. And time is still moving. Oh, look at the clouds. Very, very small clouds. And they're kind of clipping through there. Let's slow down time. And let's just check it out. Oh, you see that eclipse? Got a snow-covered volcano. These really weird hills. Rounded ones that are just very noisy, I guess. And let's get this out of the sky. Really, really blue atmosphere. And really, really contrast green. Something tells me this should be dimmer than it's actually supposed to be. Than it is currently. No, it's actually brighter. Okay, then. What type of star is that? Orange dwarf. This is very bright for an orange dwarf, I have to say. So I can only assume we're pretty close to it. Let's get that off the screen. And select the planet again. So it is a temperate terra with life, marine and terrestrial. I assume abiogenesis. Certainly is. Has a diameter of 8,600 kilometers, so smaller than Earth, 67% of Earth in fact. And it has a composition of CO2, oxygen, nitrogen, and sulfur dioxide, so very similar to Earth. Except I think sulfur dioxide, if I'm correct, has a, or I might be thinking of methane. One of them has a rotten egg smell, and I think it's sulfur dioxide. So, for us, it'd be a rather smelly planet. Of course, if we lived on here, we would adapt and probably ignore that smell. And temperature of 16 degrees. greenhouse effect of 2 degrees Celsius. So very cool. Very similar to Earth, just very small. ESI of 86%. So I think we have one more suggestion, and that is from Jacob Plays. He says, check it out, and its moons. Okay. Get rid of that space there. And it's not loading. I don't see anything wrong with the ID. Other than I keep adding that space at the beginning. Well, for some reason this isn't loading. That's unfortunate. Well, I guess that is all these suggestions, so... Video. Anyways, if you guys like the video, please leave it a like, and if you want to see more videos like this, please do subscribe, it really does help. And tell me what you guys think about 30 FPS, because I think this will be much easier for me. If it bothers you, I'll change it back, but... yeah, it should cut the render times and all that by a lot and make these videos a lot easier for me to produce. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one.